Hello and welcome to another update video about Harmony One. Harmony One is nearly back in the blue target range here that we had on the chart. This target area is located between 7.3 cents, the 88.7% FIB level, and the low of that wave A here from the 4th of December. So Harmony One came down, in my view, after this all-time high here back in October, did come down to a wave A. Yeah, so you've got your three-wave structure here, your three-wave correction. It did play out, to be fair. From my point of view, that correction could be finished because we made our wave A down. You came up in a wave B, you know, nearly overshooting wave B. It did not overshoot it did not overshoot the previous high though, but it was very close. We talked about it back then. We identified here the area where the price would, with the highest probability, turn around to the downside. And you can see how relevant this target area was, how the price reacted to this area. It did overshoot it slightly, yeah, but that was it. And then we had a massive sell-off. So that was all good. This just confirms how important it is to look at the price structure itself, because this move up did not look bullish. We talked about it back then. Too many corrections in there, many overlaps, very strong corrections, and yeah, in my view, it did not have completed its correction back then. So yeah, we came down. It took a while until it came down, but it then came down very, very fast. Nearly crashed down, you know, from nearly 40 cents all the way down to 17 cents, nearly in one go. Within a few days, we were down there. Then we moved sideways, consolidated for a bit, moved back above the 50.5 FIB level. I told you all along that I expect the price to get into this target range. And in the end, it did get there here on the 24th of Feb. And very nicely, and that is so important, it touched the 10.8 cent level here, the 78.6% FIB level. And that is so important because it touched one of the Fibonacci support levels. I mean, it didn't, maybe missed it by whatever, a few, it missed it really, it doesn't matter. It's within the volatility of the market. I mean, that level is 10.8 cents. It came all the way down to 11 cents. That's fine. That's fine. It reached the target area. It touched it and it had a strong reaction. That is a good sign because it indicates that we could really here for Harmony One have seen the correction finish already. It has done what it needs to do, the minimum of the correction, okay? But it doesn't mean the correction must be finished. It means the correction could be finished now. Yeah, so there are, if I apply the Elliott waves here, the Elliott wave rules, and there are certain rules, and in the current wave that Harmony One is doing, you would expect the price to get into this range between the 88.7 FIB level and the 78.6, and it touched the 78.6, so that's fine, it's perfect. Yeah, it also created a lower low compared to that wave A. I'm absolutely happy with it. Not all cryptos have done it yet, but most of them have actually, and that makes me really happy. It confirms that we could really get close to the completion of a correction here. Yeah, so but we don't really have a confirmed breakout yet. I think we won't really get a confirmed breakout until the price moves above this 24 cent, 23 cent level here, the previous high. Until then, it's pretty much only speculation. It's not looking bad at the moment though. It's not looking too bad because the way the price came up here is looking interesting. Yeah. It is looking interesting, and we don't have really many overlaps. So if you can count this in some way, maybe on a shorter time frame as a 5-wave move, possibly you could have here your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, absolutely possible. And maybe we do our ABC now. That's possible, yeah. And from here we could start again. But for me, in terms of the Elliott waves, counting every small wave often isn't practical. It doesn't make sense. We want to understand what is the overall trend direction by using the Elliott waves and where can the prices land. Any small move is really nearly impossible to sort of calculate and sort of predict, yeah. But for me at the moment, it could be over, and it's one of the more bullish looking charts for me at the moment, Harmony One. Even though I have to say I have to expect further corrections and further price drops until we have a confirmed breakout here to the upside, and we are still quite far away from the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average here in orange and yellow. The 50-day moving average is here in orange. We have on the 28th of Feb even seen a death cross, yeah, which is not a good sign. All of that not looking good. And also here most recently the price tried to move back above the 61.8% fib level, and it failed. Since then dropped quite significantly again, has not got into the target area again. But yeah, I can only tell you, just be a bit careful at the moment. It is not confirmed that the downtrend is over yet. What we can maybe try here, if we can identify here some trend lines that are running here, but it doesn't really look like it. Yeah, not yet. I mean, you can identify here something like a descending wedge, but for that I would like to have more touch points. Here you could possibly add these 3 touch points together here. So yeah, you could argue that could become here a descending wedge, which would be a bullish pattern, but we don't have enough touch points for that in my view. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. Key support levels here for Harmony 1 is here this previous wave A low, and that is at 13.4 cents. Yeah, we're nearly there. That's a very important support level. Below that you've got your 10.8 cents, and below that 7.3. As resistance we've got 16.6 cents. Above that we've got the 50-day moving average here at 19.6. Above that we've got the 0.5 fib level at 20.6 cents. Yeah, so all of this in my view is still here. These are the key levels. Yeah, my view is the correction isn't over yet. It is only over when we have seen a first 5-wave move to the upside. I can't really see it yet. I've got difficulties with that structure down here yet. Would like to see how it's developing in the next few days. Yeah, but it's a good sign. We've had a positive reaction to the support level here, and we could be more confident about the completion of the correction. But as I said, I have to repeat it, until we really see the price moving higher here and having higher highs and higher lows, and maybe even break above the 50-day moving average, I remain very skeptical. But overall, what do the indicators tell us? Let's take a look on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we can see that we were very much oversold here. That was end of February. Therefore, the price did react to the upside. We had a bit of a move to the upside, but again, it failed to make a higher high on the RSI. And since then, the momentum is already going down again. Even the MACD going down at the moment, and the stochastic RSI is turning down as well again. For me, that indicates that we could really see here further downside, in line with my expectation that the correction isn't over yet. And looking at the more meaningful 4-day chart, what does it tell us? Here also the RSI is still making lower lows. The MACD potentially reducing here selling momentum at the moment, but nothing too significant. Stochastic RSI oversold, but not yet making any attempt to move higher at the moment. So all of that rather indicates further downside or sideways movement. And here the weekly is quite clear. On the weekly chart, you've only just reached the low here on the stochastic RSI, which means, you know, you are low, you are oversold, but it could still be 1 or 2 weeks more down here. The MACD very clearly still down, free falling, and the RSI also moving down. Yeah, no sign really of recovery. Looking like it's might try to turn around here a little bit, but too early to tell. For me, indicates that primarily further downside momentum, but we've reached the target area. I'm happy with that. Nice wick on the lower side here, and we could get a bit optimistic here, but generally looking at the entire crypto market, which is still pretty much correcting, I'm a bit skeptical if that correction is really over, and primarily I would still expect further price drops. For me, key level to break through is here this 22-23 cent level zone. This previous high, it's an important swing high. If you break above that, then we can be more confident about new all-time highs. That's my view here about Harmony 1. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.